Hi everyone, it's me. Welcome to today's video. I'm actually really excited for today because the time has finally come for me to go through your TBRs and to help you choose your next read. I the other day posted another Dropbox link on my community tab for you guys to submit your TBR photos. This has been an idea that's kind of been brewing ever since I started the reacting to your bookshelves and giving you a book rec based on your bookshelves idea. This is basically a variation of that, but instead of your entire bookshelves, I'm only going to be looking at your physical TBRs. So we're going to see what books you actually own, and then we're also going to incorporate the TBR jar, our favorite TBR jar that we usually only see once a month. We're bringing her out a little bit early. She gets to make an extra appearance this month, and so I'm basically going to use my TBR jar to, essentially pick your next read. So I received so many submissions from you guys. So as always, I'm going to try and include as many of you guys as I can in this video, but we can't have this video be like 3 hours long. So we're going to do our best. But all that to say, let's just get straight into your TBRs. I'm so excited to see what you guys have on your radars to read. First up, we have Brandy's TBR. So I'm seeing a lot of fantasy and romantasy here. We kind of have a gritty vibe, I think, with your TBR. So I'm saying Ninth House and Hellbent. I love that you just went ahead and got Hellbent without reading Ninth House first. I'm actually seeing that's a theme. You like to purchase full series without even reading the first book, which I totally do as well. Sometimes it's the best thing we can do for ourselves, and sometimes it's the worst mistake, because how about if you read the first book in the series and you absolutely hate it? But then I do feel like sometimes if you have the rest of the books in the series and that kind of forces you to continue, you end up falling in love with the later books in the series. So sometimes being a little bit, what's the word, presumptuous, a little bit just eager to buy the whole box set or whatever, sometimes it works out in your favor. So we have the Ninth House duology, Once Upon a Broken Heart, Quicksilver and Brimstone. What is that? Is that The Fault in Our Stars by John Green? Why does it look like it's branded as a fantasy for some reason? It's got all dark colors and everything. Anyways, love your TBR. Love how compact it is. You have a wonderfully sized TBR. This doesn't sound overwhelming at all. All right, let's pick a prompt for you. All right, we have a blue one. Oh, interesting. I'm not sure if this one works for your TBR books, but a seasonal read. Ninth House, I would say, if we were to put a season onto Ninth House, I'm gonna say that's fall, because it's very much academia, back to school vibes, but gothic and dark. Once Upon a Broken Heart could maybe feel kind of spring, because there's a lot of whimsical environments. That could honestly feel kind of spring-ish. What is this red book? Should I zoom into it? Claudia Lux, that's probably the author name. I'm just gonna stop trying to read that. I don't know why it's so hard. I feel like the gold foiling just didn't capture itself the best in that photo. I feel like with your TBR here, the most seasonal spring read I can see is Once Upon a Broken Heart. So you're gonna start the trilogy. I've decided it for you. I love that you have all three ready on your TBR already. It is a romantasy trilogy that I read a couple years ago, but I absolutely loved. This series is just very nostalgic feeling. It's whimsical. It feels like a fairy tale, but written for young adults. And I'm excited for you to dive into it. You will have to let me know how this one goes. But yeah, your seasonal read is going to be Once Upon a Broken Heart. You're going to follow Jax. You're going to follow Evangeline. You're going to follow just I don't know, the story about this kind of a curse. It's going to be a really fun time. I hope you enjoy. Okay, we have Mino next with a lovely TBR cart here. Hold on, I'm just gonna zoom in a little bit. I do see, is this your personal TBR jar? I love that it's in a pickle jar. I do. I absolutely love it. But let's just zoom in on your books here. There we go, because we all know I'm terrible at seeing books off photos, but I feel like you've got a kind of a fun variety here. You have some fantasy. Oh my goodness, you have Addie LaRue. Should we try and get Addie LaRue to be the pick? You have 7 Year Slip by Ashley Poston. Oh my god. Oh, Darker Shade of Magic. Okay, we're gonna try and get you some Schwab, okay? You also have The Assassin's Blade. Is that the first Throne of Glass book you're thinking of getting into? I personally am a Throne of Glass girly first, but you know what? If you want to start with Assassin's Blade, you do you. Okay, adapted to screen. Adapted to screen. Are any of these adapted to screen? I know The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue has had film rights in progress, but I don't know if like anything's actually been acted upon. Like I don't know if it's actually in production. I don't think so. I think I've seen like scripts, but I don't know if anything else has been done. Do we have any adaptations? Isn't Binding 13 announced as an adaptation as well? Has any progress been made there? I don't know. I don't really keep up with Binding 13 because I haven't read the series or the Boys of Tommen series. I don't know if any of these other ones have been adapted or announced to screen. Hold on. I'm gonna throw this prompt back. I'm gonna pick another one for you. Person on cover. Person on cover. See, this is a tough one because I can only see your spines. This is more difficult than I thought it would be because I feel like some of my editions of these books too, I have different editions than you. So like I don't have that copy of A Darker Shade of Magic, but does that one have a person on the spine? Because some of them do. Oh, you know what? It has a red spine. So I'm guessing you have this version. So that's not gonna work. The Assassin's Blade, the old editions, actually the editions I have for the whole Throne of Glass series have people on the cover, but I don't think, again, I don't think your edition has. What does the 7-year slip look like again? Do we have some like cartoony people on the cover? Okay, does that count? Does that count? I don't know if you can see, but there are like tiny little like silhouettes of people on the cover. I think we're gonna go with that. Does that count? I don't know. We're gonna go with 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston because I did see some silhouettes, like cartoon silhouettes of characters on the cover. I also did really, really love this one. It's another book that I read years and years and years ago, but it was a romance that I loved. It was a book though that like you kind of have to trust the process. At least for me, I didn't fully love it until maybe like the halfway point, and the second half is where it gets good, because for me, I found the first bit to be entertaining and fun, but maybe a little bit cliche, and the entire time while reading the first half, I was like, I know exactly where the story is going. It's so predictable. Like what's all the fuss about with 7-Year Slip? But I think as I continued reading, it started just getting like deeper into things and really made me fall in love with the story, made me fall in love with Ashley Poston as an author as well. So I think 7-Year Slip would be a good choice, honestly. Some like whimsical, kind of cute, wholesome, magical realism romance. I feel like that's a great read for spring too, so also feels very seasonal. Yeah, you're gonna do some magical realism time travel romance, and it's gonna be a great time. So that's your pick, 7-Year Slip. All right, we have another TBR card. So this is Kayla's TBR card. I'm gonna have to zoom in again, guys. I can't. Laptop screens are so small these days. All right, you have a Penguin classic here. Love it. You have Red Rising. Oh my goodness. Are we about to put you in just like a lot of pain? Babel's also a great read. You have some nice romances too. Ooh, I really want to read Pure Nessie. I really do. I need to add that onto like my immediate radar because I keep hearing really wonderful things about this book, and I want to read it, and I feel like I would love it just from the premise because it sounds very like mysterious. I don't know. It sounds really intriguing. Normal People. Okay. A whole bunch of Emily Henry. Oh my goodness. Fourth Wing. Oh, that is a journey to get onto. That is a journey. A couple of romances here that I haven't read. Some old school Abby Jimenez. Remarkably Bright Creatures. Oh my goodness. Oh, The Martian. That's one I should get into as well. I need to read some more Andy Weir because I've only read Project Hail Mary so far, but I also saw, was it an April Fool's joke or was it a real announcement? Because it happened around April 1st. And so whenever anything happens around April 1st, I'm always like, is this real? But Artemis by Andy Weir, I'm pretty sure, was announced as being picked up for a screen adaptation. So I really want to read more. I did watch the Martian movie, but yeah, I haven't read the book. Anyways, love your TBR. Love how varied it is. I feel like we've got a lot of genres and moods to play with here. Let's see what prompt we got for you. Oh, we have... Wait, this one's kind of funny. We have Instagram chooses. This basically means I hop onto Instagram. I go on the like explore page or like the reels page or whatever, and we just see what comes up first that's on your TBR. So let's get into my Instagram. Okay, the first thing I see is this spring TBR, which sounds promising. There's like a whole stack of books. Let's see what pops up. Oh, this is that like, it's like a mystery thriller. I remember seeing this one on Book of the Month, but this one's not on your TBR, Kayla. So what's next? Razorblade Tears. You don't have that. You don't have that either. I'm just skipping through this. The Burning Side, I want to read that actually in the spring as well. So that's a good call. A Good Animal. Okay, I don't think any of these are on your TBR. So we're gonna go to the next one. What is this? This is a biblically accurate forbidden reaping dance from Red Rising. Okay, this deserves a like. Oh my god, Pierce Brown commented on this. Spot on Helldiver. Verdict is in. We have Red Rising. So we are about to put you in a lot of pain. Congratulations, you have received Red Rising as your next read. I feel like I don't need to elaborate on this one. I have just been on the journey of devouring this series. I very recently just read up to the last current book that's out, which is Lightbringer. You are in for a ride. You are in for a ride. You're in for a very painful time. You're in for a very dramatic time, and you're in for space adventures and wars between planets. It's gonna be wonderful. Good luck. Maybe you should learn that little dance too. So as you're reading it, maybe you could just do a little dance to like cheer yourself up. We have Nafisa next. Oh, this is a really, really cute TBR. I love that you have little like squishmallows on top. Also just very neatly stacked. Also, love how you have so many just like full on series on your TBR too. Like the Shatter Me series, you already have 6 or like 7 books, including the Watch Me, and you haven't even read the first one yet? That freaks me out. But I love your dedication. We also have a lot of complete trilogies here, like the Cruel Prince, Caraval, Powerless series. And then we have First Time Caller, if you just want a little bit of a contemporary moment. Love it. Okay, I just picked up like 5 prompts. I'm gonna throw those back and I'm gonna start again. Okay, we have one here. So we have Happy Book. A happy book, you say? I feel like Cruel Prince is kind of out. Powerless, I also wouldn't say that gave me like happy feelings. First Time Caller could be the move. I feel like it's good you had that contemporary there because that might be the one that fits this prompt the best. Binding 13, I haven't read, but like I don't think anyone would ever consider these books to be happy. Shatter Me, I have no idea how those are happy, but judging from the fact that those are like dystopian books, I'm guessing they're not like very wholesome feeling. I think we have to go First Time Caller by BK Borison. I think that's the only option here for a happy book. I did read this one, was it last year or the year before? It must have been last year because it came out last year, right? But this one definitely gives good vibes. I mean, it's basically a retelling of a classic 90s rom-com. BK Borison is very wonderful with banter. I always say that. The only thing I would say about this one was it felt a little bit too long for me for a contemporary romance, and while I was enjoying the banter, it gets old for me after like a couple hundred pages. So that was kind of my biggest gripe with First Time Caller, but I do love BK Borison and how she writes, and I actually have the second book in the series on my physical TBR. I have And Now Back to You that I definitely want to get into sometime this spring or summer. So you're going to do First Time Caller. So Nafisa, that is your next read. Congratulations. You got happy vibes. I love how we just threw out Red Rising to Kayla and you get First Time Caller. Allie, is this all your TBR? I mean, I can't judge. I have a pretty big physical TBR right now too, but your TBR takes up an entire shelf. I love it. All right, let's see. Let's take a look. What do we have here? Oh, these editions are cool. These classics. My husband is actually currently reading Vanity Fair, so I haven't read it, but maybe I could throw that your way. Oh my goodness, the Anne of Green Gables series. Oh, we have the same copy of Anna Karenina. Oh, is this what Beanie Babies look like nowadays? Like this? Oh my goodness, I haven't seen a Beanie Baby in a while. I had the biggest Beanie Baby collection when I was a kid. Maybe I need to like go to my parents' house and show you my entire Beanie Baby collection because it's quite impressive. Oh, the Poppy War trilogy. Wait, are we sure? Is this really your entire TBR? Because I'm seeing, again, like I'm seeing full series of things, but like, is this your TBR or is just one shelf here your TBR? And am I like missing something? I'm gonna go with this entire shelf is your TBR. Let's pick a prompt for you though. Oh, what is with this prompt showing up again? I swear I've been putting prompts like outside of the jar as I pick them, but maybe I threw this one back in. Oh yeah, because it didn't actually work for the TBR I was looking at. So we have adapted to screen again. Apparently this one just wants to get picked. Okay, immediately Anna Karenina. That one's definitely good for this option. We could also go with The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna because technically that one's in production and like actually confirmed. Like we have the Fanning sisters actively like working on it. Les Mis we could do as well. Oh my goodness. I actually love the Les Mis film adaptation. I don't know if that's a hot take. I feel like I've seen like kind of mixed reactions to the Les Mis like musical to screen adaptation. I honestly loved it. I loved it. I think it was so well done. Firefly Lane actually I think is also like, it has been released as like a Netflix series. Pet Sematary by Stephen King. Honestly, a lot of Stephen King books have been adapted. The Da Vinci Code. Room. Oh my goodness, you have Room by Emma Donaghue. Oh, I might give you that. I might give you that. If you guys haven't listened to our nostalgia books episode on the podcast that I did with Freya, Room came up in that one because I read it like maybe as like an older teenager or like a young adult. I absolutely loved this book. I read it so long ago, but it impacted me so greatly. And I'm not going to go into this full story time because I did go through it all in the podcast. But funny enough, when the screen adaptation to Room was being created, I actually like by accident kind of had a part in the making of that movie. And that's how I found out that Room was being adapted to screen, is the day I showed up to work and I saw like the in progress film of Room and I was like, oh my goodness, this is being made into a film. And then yeah, I ended up going to the TIFF screening and it was a lot of fun, but full stories on the podcast. But I loved this book. I also really did love the movie as well. We could also go like The Martian. The Martian's coming up again. Okay, you know what though? I think I'm sold on Room. I think I'm sold on it. I really want you to read this one. For anyone who doesn't know what this one is about, the story is told through the perspective of a young boy, a child who was born in a bunker. So basically his mom was kidnapped and taken away and hidden down and stored in this bunker since she was young. And, you know, because of certain horrifying things happening, she ended up giving birth to her son in this bunker. And so her son's entire life has been in this one room. And so that's why this book is called Room. Like his whole world has just been in this room, and we follow the two of them as they like start planning on like, hey, how do we get out of here? Is it possible? What can we do? And the way this book is written, I kind of want to reread it honestly because it was so long ago, but because we're in the mind of this very young child, like the sentences aren't full on sentences. Like a lot of them are just very disjointed thoughts, maybe a single word, stuff like that. But a lot of it is just like this childlike wonder about the world that is around him, and he's like unsure, like he's not completely sure of everything that's happening, but kind of maybe has this feeling that weird things are happening. It's a really good book, and I want you to read it. So Allie, you're gonna read Room. Okay, Caitlin, you're next. We have a nice little neat stack here. Oh my goodness, look at your organization. You are definitely on top of your TBR, unless this is just like an excerpt of your more immediate TBR. Either way, I'm very impressed. Ooh, okay, we're gonna need some Goodreads help here, but we have odd number of pages. So we're gonna just start with like vibes, like what I want you to read, and then we're gonna check page count on Goodreads. And the fun thing is, I have only read one book from your stack. So we're gonna be going in a little bit blind for this rec. The only one I've read from this stack is Heavenly Bodies. So I guess we'll check that one first. You know what? I could also just like reach behind me and grab it off my shelf to check the page count. All right, I got my butt off this chair and I actually grabbed my copy. Okay, we have acknowledgements. What's the actual last page? 481. So that's actually an odd number. That was really easy. That was a lot easier than I thought this prompt would be. But the only book I've read on your TBR, Heavenly Bodies, is an odd number of pages. So I'm gonna give that one to you. I genuinely did really love this first book. It was definitely super fun. It was fast paced. You're not gonna have a dull moment while reading this one. But just a word of a warning, I didn't love the second book. A lot of people did love the second book, but I didn't. For me, it just felt like romantasy by numbers. And where Heavenly Bodies did maybe have that a little bit, the journey was fun enough that I didn't really care or didn't really notice. Like it was just really fun. But yeah, we have an exiled princess who, you know, falls into the arms of her enemies, and she ends up needing to train alongside her like enemy crown prince to learn how to kill a god. And it is really fun. We have a lot of like elemental magic that is tied to celestial stuff, and I really enjoyed it. So Heavenly Bodies. There we go. That's your pick. Okay, we have Julia's TBR cart here now. I do see some double stack, and I see some double stacking happening here, so I can't pick the ones behind, but I'm assuming the ones that are in front are kind of more of your priority TBR. Enchantra, oh my goodness, I loved this book so much. I don't love spicy books, you guys know this, but I love these books by Kaylie Smith. Who knows why? If someone can explain to me why, that would be great, because I literally don't know. I've just been bewitched. Oh my goodness, we have Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. I haven't read this one, but I've heard things about this one, and I've heard things about Penelope Douglas books in general, and they scare me, if I'm gonna be completely honest, but I do know it's just like a personal preference thing. Her books aren't for me. Oh my gosh, Twilight. Okay, we're kind of like all over here. I kind of love it. Lots of fun picks we could choose from. Also some Nicholas Sparks books. Incredible. Okay. Ooh, okay. We have flowers on the cover. I feel like a lot of these are gonna have flowers on the cover. Like Once Upon a Broken Heart, definitely. We've definitely got flowers on the cover there. I honestly see some like Good Spirit. That's kind of a flower, probably part of like a mistletoe or something. Flawless, I'm seeing this flower on the spine. What else? What else? What else? I don't know if we would have a lot of like flower action on these ones up here. Maybe Done and Dusted. Enchantra's got like a big flower too, no? Hold on, I'm gonna get my copy and check. Yes, 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 we do. We have so many flowers, not so many, but we have multiple flowers on the cover of Enchantra. You can see like 1, 2, 3, and then like a bunch of petals on the floor. Yeah. We're gonna go Enchantra. We're gonna go Enchantra. I love this book so much. I hope you enjoyed Phantasma. I'm assuming you did because you picked up Enchantra as the second book. But yeah, these are just dark romanticities that I am obsessed with. They're so much fun. And I did actually enjoy Enchantra more than Phantasma. So I think if you loved Phantasma, I think you're gonna love Enchantra. I think, oh, it's gonna be so much fun. This one essentially has like a hide and seek game in it, like, you know, like a scary hide and seek where the stakes are actually like murder, like you could actually die in this game of hide and seek. That's what this book is. And we meet a family that has like such interesting family sibling dynamics. I love this one. Gothic dark romantasy at its finest, honestly. Okay, next up, Lisa. I love this color of your TBR card. I love the green. I kind of want to get a green one now. What are these? Are these like, they're like hanging off. Are they cats? They look like they have cat ears. You have the entire Red Rising trilogy. Oh my goodness. And then some more fantasy, the Poppy War trilogy. Oh, okay. Shall we try and put you in pain too, Lisa? You honestly have a lot of painful books. Okay, I can't do this one because it says a book you've had the longest. I don't know what you've had the longest, so we're gonna skip that. Ooh, okay. Longest series. You do have a lot of series in here. So the Red Rising ones are 6 books so far. The Binding 13 books though, isn't that like a gigantic series too? I don't know how many books there are in total in that one. The Will of the Many is going to be 4. I'm seeing Harry Potter here too, actually, and that is a very long series too. How long is From Blood and Ash? I mean, Red Rising technically will be 7 books. It's just 6 so far, but like the 7th one is in progress. From Blood and Ash though, I honestly don't know very much about the series. Okay, this is also a series of 7. We've got a lot of 7s. How long is The Boys of Tommen? Is Goodreads sometimes just like really slow for you guys, or is it just me? 6 primary works, but I know this series is also not complete. Like there are more on their way, but 6 out so far. I don't know how long it's going to be in total, but that could end up being the longest series. I think we could go many, many ways. You know what? This is my TBR jar. This is my video. I'm gonna make the rules. I'm gonna give you Red Rising too. We're gonna get everyone on the Red Rising train, okay? This series will be 7 books long. It's 6 so far, but also I feel like just in terms of if we're thinking of long series, these books are actually quite long as well, especially in the second half of it. The books get chunky, okay? The books get chunky. These are the types of books that feel small when you hold them physically. Like when you pick them up, you're like, oh, these books aren't very long at all. But then when you open them, you see the font size, you see the margin size, you see how many words they have squeezed on one page, and you're like, oh yeah, okay, this actually is a long series. Also, the pages I feel like are thin in these ones, not in that low quality way. I mean, I'm obviously talking about the editions I have, so I don't know about other editions, but these books for me are very floppy paperbacks with very thin paper that are high quality. Like the paper's high quality, but thin. Like they're not like those really brittle thin pages. They're like nice thin pages. But yeah, the books just feel like very deceivingly thin and small, but like they have a lot of pages and they have a lot of words. All that to say, that whole rant to say, Lisa, you're also gonna read Red Rising. So good luck. This video honestly should just be like, how many people can I convince to start Red Rising? All right, we have Victoria next. Let's see what you have. You definitely have some happier feeling books. Okay, we have some Abby Jimenez. Oh my goodness, Just for the Summer. That is still for me like peak Abby Jimenez. That is my favorite book from her. Oh my goodness, you have Not Another Love Song by Julie Soto. Okay, I feel like I need to spread some good vibes in this round because I have been choosing just painful books for you guys, but I think we need something happy again. Oh, you have Five Broken Blades. Ooh, okay. 2-word title. What could we do? Paladin's Grace. That's 2 words. Expiration Date. That's 2 words. I don't know what that book is though. I haven't read it. Yours Truly. Okay, that's one I'm taking seriously. What else? What else? Keeping 13. That's technically like 2 words. Yeah, we're gonna go Yours Truly. We're gonna go Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. That one's also a really great one. This is a contemporary romance where the love interest is more of an introverted character with social anxiety, like doesn't handle social situations perfectly, like gets really anxious about them. And as our romance blossoms, as it develops, we see our 2 characters and how they settle into this routine and how they get to know each other and just like step up, like help step up to support one another and try and meet in the middle. I feel like this book did that really, really, really well. Yours Truly, I think, is my second favorite. Abby Jimenez. So it goes Just for the Summer and Yours Truly. And after you read Yours Truly, you can actually move on to Just for the Summer. So this is actually just perfect. Like if you read Yours Truly now, you could read Just for the Summer in the summer. Yeah, I'm sold. You're gonna read Yours Truly. Such a lovely, lovely contemporary romance. Oh my goodness, this next TBR card is so cute too. I love the bright blue. Oh, this makes me so happy. This is such spring vibes. And you have like flowers and birds on these. Are these curtains? Yeah, I feel like these are curtains. Oh, what a spring vibe. I love this. This is such an uplifting, cozy feeling room. Ooh, should we get you to start Clockwork Angel too? Because I just read that one last month. Honestly, like Cassandra Clare books, I feel like have been making a comeback. I've been seeing so many people start reading these books. I feel like everyone's reading them, whether it's a reread or reading for the first time or just like continuing from where readers dropped off after their teenage like YA years. These books are making a comeback. Maybe it's because she announced that new book coming out later this year that everyone's like, you know, oh, now I should actually catch up or like read the series so I can pick up that new one when it comes out. But yeah, I just feel like everyone I know on the internet is either rereading or reading these books, which is honestly really fun. Like I love reading a book that I see everyone else reading because then you just have like more people to talk to about them, you know, and it feels like you're in this online community, like kind of an online book club and you're all reading the same book together. Okay. We're definitely not going to be picking Clockwork Angel for you though, because the prompt we got is unknown book. And Cassie Clare is definitely well known. Let's take a look. The Gracier appears definitely well known. What else? I honestly don't know some of these, but I don't know if they're unknown or if they're just like I don't know them. Things like Lying About Last Summer, I don't know what that is, or this, The Outlaws book, or this one too, Within the Herd here? I can't see the rest of the, maybe it's Heart, Within the Heart, Wicked Creatures, something like that. Oh, Don't Let the Forest In by C.G. Drews. I feel like that's not necessarily unknown, but that's a book that I want to pick up later, maybe in the fall of this year. Twilight, this really, really unknown book called Twilight. Ooh, I almost just killed my TBR jar. Oh my goodness. Let's not do that again. Let's be careful today. A Magic Steeped in Tea. I've heard things about this one. I've heard good things. My Love Life and the Apocalypse. What is that? Wait, what is this? A pho something? Is this like a pho, like a Vietnamese romance? Hold on, I need to look this one up because I don't know what it is, but it could be unknown. A pho love story. Wait, oh, it has 22,000 ratings. Does that count as unknown? I don't know. I don't know about this one. I'm going to say this is unknown because I genuinely haven't seen anyone else talk about this book. I've never seen it before. So to me, it's unknown and it sounds cute. But what is this one about? If Bao, the main protagonist's name is Bao. Okay, if Bao had to describe himself, he'd say he was a rock, steady and strong, but not particularly interesting. His grades are average, his social status unremarkable. He works at his parents' pho restaurant, and even there, he is his parents' 5th favorite employee. Oh, rough stuff. If Lin Mai had to describe herself, okay, we have our female lead. She would say she's a firecracker, stable when unlit, but full of potential for fire and joy. She loves art and dreams pursuing a career in it. The only problem, her parents rely on her in ways they're not willing to admit, including working practically full-time at her family's pho restaurant. Do they work at rival pho restaurants? Oh my goodness, yes. Okay, so it's kind of like Romeo and Juliet, but make it pho restaurants. Yeah, you're reading that. You're reading that, Evelyn. A Pho Love Story by Loan Lee. Please read it. Let me know how it is. I need to know how this one goes, okay? Keep me posted. That is your unknown book. Okay, I think we have time for maybe one more, so let's do Adrian's next read. I love this vibe of just like TBR books, and then you ran out of space, so you added some on top, you added some beside. I love the chaos. My TBR has looked like this many a time in my life. All right, Adrian, what do we have? We have Out of Comfort Zone. I don't know what your comfort zone is, so we're gonna skip that. We're gonna go for another one. Fave author. I don't know who your favorite author is. I guess I could go like my favorite author. Let's do that. What do we have here? Oh, you have a stage set for villains. That one's really, really fun. I love Shannon. We were able to interview her on our podcast actually about a week ago. That was incredible, being able to like ask her about this book that we had just read from her. Abby Jimenez. Okay, that's definitely a favorite author. R.F. Kuang, okay, is like in my top tier god author list. So that's definitely one. Oh my God, you have a Song to Drown Rivers. Sarah Damoff could be a favorite, but I need to read her next book before I can decide, because she only has one out. Oh, and The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. That's definitely a favorite author. Ooh, okay, who is like, I mean, if I'm gonna go by like actual favorite author out of this collection, I feel like in general, overall, like consistency wise, I would have to say R.F. Kuang. Katabasis wasn't my like favorite book from her, but I still enjoyed it. I think I gave it like a 4-star or something. Still a really, really fun read, but her other books are definitely like higher tier, top tier for me. But like, I mean, if you're gonna choose like the big 3 for me in terms of authors, R.F. Kuang is always going to be on that list. So I feel like I need to choose R.F. Kuang. Even though Katabasis wasn't my like favorite book from her, it was still good, and she's definitely a favorite author of mine. So yeah, you're gonna read Katabasis. Enjoy your descent into this really creative way of depicting hell. It's definitely an adventure. There are definitely some callbacks and a lot of references to other literature. It does get a little bit in the weeds of like logic, paradigms, and stuff like that, which I enjoyed because I'm a comp sci nerd, and I know that didn't like work the best for everyone, but I'd be curious to see what you think of Katabasis. That's gonna be your read. Enjoy. All right, that being said, that is all we have time for today. I hope you enjoyed this one. I definitely enjoyed going through some of your TBRs and choosing your next read. I love the TBR jar. I want to use this all the time. I want more excuses to bring her out more often than once a month. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, we can make this one a series moving forward. We can continue to do these, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please leave me a like and a comment. If you don't know what to comment down below, let me know how many books you have on your current physical TBR. If you like me, subscribe, do that bell thing, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!